gentlemen, this is the first bout of the evening, a cruiserweight contest fought over 4 by 3-minute rounds. Tonight, out of the blue corner, with a height of 173 centimeters, 31 years of age, he's trained at Akakao Boxing Stable. 19 fights, 4 wins, 14 losses, 1 draw. Please make welcome Banpot Khaoiam. His opponent this evening, he's got a height of 180 centimeters, 29 years of age. Trained here at FCC Boxing Gym. He's making his debut, so make him feel welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mohamed Amine. Your box referee is Tantat Saraban. Your referee for tonight is Chris Sandia. Your Carlos Costa is your supervisor, Pitpot Sasan. Warawat Dunkara judges, Madam Paukaron Songmai is the timekeeper. Thank you.
Okay,
let's get this one underway, boys. Let's swap some leather.
For the first event of the new year, 2025. Happy New Year for everyone tuning in for the first event here at FCC Fight Club Championship, Pattaya, Thailand. We have a cruiserweight fight scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds. Algeria taking on Thailand. Mohamed Amine in the yellow and white, making his professional boxing debut against the very experienced Banpot Khaoiam from Thailand in the black shorts with the blue trim. He has got a 19-fight record, 19 fights in total against Mohamed's 0. So let's see how he competes in his first fight, professional fight. Round number 1 underway already. A very fast start. Usually the cruiserweights, it tends to be a little bit slower, but these two men are moving pretty quickly. Double jab with the right hand there already, starting by Mohamed. And Mohamed getting those level changes already going in the opening round. Now the first fight of every event, the first fight sets the pace, it sets the stage, and the two gentlemen in the ring, they've got a lot of nervous energy that they've got to get out. So the first 45 seconds of round number 1 in the first fight tends to be a little bit like two men on ice skates, finding their footing, finding their range. But a very entertaining opening sequence so far. Double jab with the right hand attempted there by Banpot. Banpot, just the more experienced fighter, knows he can weather this storm ever so slightly with Mohamed. But Mohamed is leaving his chin very exposed when he goes in with that double jab. He's got to be very careful Banpot doesn't come over with that signature overhand right he likes to throw quite often. Great right hand, and that's the right hand we were talking about. Banpot timed that right hand beautifully. Mohamed returns with one of his own to the body as well. Double jab upstairs and downstairs. Both men absolutely swinging at one another. And the referee quick to break them up. Halfway through round number 1 already. A very, very quick start. And you can see Mohamed still trying to find his range, still trying to find his timing. And again, this is his professional boxing debut, so it's going to take a little bit of time to just kind of get used to things, get used to the sway of things. Coming from an amateur boxing background into a professional one is very, very different. It's almost like two different sports to an extent. And you can see his chin is exposed, and Banpot has already read that very quickly. So I'd like to see Mohamed just really tuck that chin behind his shoulder when he's actually delivering that double jab. Less than a minute to go for round number 1. Clubbing right hand there, landed by Banpot. And a beautiful double jab, step back with the left hook for Mohamed there. So Mohamed with a lot and great moves, big overhand right there as well. And we know Banpot's a tough man. We know he's an experienced man. But I think Mohamed looks very determined to try and work it out. Mohamed with the beautiful jab, lean back there as well. And you can see Mohamed has almost got that amateur jab style where he likes to hold out that lead hand, get it as close to your opponent as possible, give him the illusion that you're punching faster than you actually are, but it also acts as a defense mechanism as well. So it's a good offense into a defensive strategy here. Final moments of round number 1. Both fighters flinching. The peekaboo head movement coming up by Mohamed. And usually a good sign that you just want to end that round without having to engage anymore. So you throw lots and lots of feints out. Here we are with some action replays. So this is that moment I was talking about. Mohamed using the long jab almost as a measuring tool to bait Banpot in, leans back and counters him with an overhand right. Very, very good move there by Mohamed. A very interesting round there. I mean, for those of you watching home, thank you for joining us for this first event of the new year 2025. Happy New Year to everybody out there. How would you score a round like that? Because you've got to understand that Banpot landed some very big, heavy shots, and he was also taking the fight to Mohamed. And very often we see the judges tend to favour the person going forward. They tend to favour the aggressor in the fight. They like to see someone taking the action to their opponent. So, although I think Mohamed was landing some cleaner shots and was more active with them, I also think Banpot may have stole that round with some of those big, heavy shots and going forward. But we will see. Round number 2 is scheduled for 4. You can't take any rounds off in a 4-round fight. It's just a sprint rather than a marathon. Round number 2 underway. Mohamed from Algeria in the yellow and white takes on Banpot from Thailand in the black and blue trunks. Both fighters holding central ring here. And this is a classic powwowing situation. Both fighters trying to use their jab as that measuring tool. Both patting each other's jab down. Neither want to engage fully to not make a mistake. A great check hook there landed by Mohamed. And Mohamed straight in with a headlock. So Mohamed's probably going to get a little bit of a warning there. You can't just keep wrapping your hand around your opponent's head. I'm not sure what we just saw on the screen there, but apologies. Double jab with the right hand there, landed by Mohamed. Banpot smiling at his opponent. Usually a sign that you've been hit by something. A nice feint with the jab into right hand there by Mohamed. So Mohamed really trying to set up that big right hand upstairs. The only issue he's got right now is when he throws that double jab, he constantly leaves that chin exposed. Now, because he's got a very long guard, he's probably quick enough to get back, but all Banpot has to do is feint downstairs with the jab to the body and then come over the top with that overhand sledgehammer right. And you see him attempt it there as well. So Banpot knows what he needs to do. It's also a question, does Mohamed know that's what Banpot's doing? Because remember, perception is reality a lot of the time. Both fighters once again central ring. A good clubbing left hook with the right hand. Mohamed fires right back with one of his own. Both fighters exchanging haymakers. Big right hand after the clinch there. And you can see Banpot breathing very heavily. Usually when someone's got their mouth wide open like this, it means they're already feeling the pressure, they're feeling the pace. All Mohamed has to do is just keep sticking that jab out and keeping his opponent at bay. You don't really have to engage too much to tie your opponent. Beautiful range management there by Mohamed as well. Mohamed just stepping back in time, not taking the bait for Banpot. Mohamed now fighting the fight he wants to fight, not falling into the bait of Banpot. Double jab with the overhand right there once again by Banpot. Mohamed holds him there. Referee quick to break them up. And we're in the final 35 seconds of round number 2, scheduled for 4 rounds total if it goes that far. Swing and a miss there by Banpot. Overhand right attempted once again. So both fighters starting to miss the shots here. Great cracking right hand there by Mohamed. And you can see Mohamed is now starting to tee off on Banpot here. If Mohamed can just keep his composure and keep his cool, he might have a good chance here of putting Banpot to the canvas. And that is the end of round number 2. Great finish to the round there by Mohamed. Definitely stole that round away from Banpot as well.
Let's move.
Let's see these action replays here.
Let's lose, let's choose.
This is that moment where Mohamed had a flurry right at the end. He did not want to clinch, he just wanted to give it everything he possibly got. And I do believe if Mohamed just took a step back ever so slightly and looked where he was throwing and went for some straight shots as well, he had a good opportunity there to put Banpot through the canvas. How you scored that first round, it could either be a round apiece or I've got to give the second round to Mohamed for sure. Round number 1, I think it was quite even in terms of scoring, but round number 2, I'm definitely going to give that one to Mohamed. So now we're in one of those interesting things where the third round really sets the pace of how you're going to win this fight. You've got to finish this third round very strongly. Round number 3 here, Mohamed from Algeria in the yellow, Banpot from Thailand in the black. Round 3 scheduled for 4, Algeria against Thailand. And this is Mohamed's professional debut, and he's doing a great job so far, proving he belongs in the professional realm of boxing. And now he's just pulling down on Banpot. But remember, you cannot pull down on the back of the head, and the referee's giving him that warning. Definitely one of those instinctual moves as well, to just kind of club at your opponent any chance you've got. Mohamed holding that left hand out there. Big left hand there, landed by Banpot. Great right hand there, landed by Mohamed. I am not sure how Banpot stood up to that cracking right hand there. And he's done a great job to hold on. You can see Banpot's experience here. 19 fights. He knows how to survive. He knows how to last. Clubbing right hand over the top there, skimming the head of Banpot. Mohamed, to me, looks like he's found the openings that he needed. And those jabs will set all of those up. The mouthpiece has gone flying out. And they need to get straight back into the action here. Referee just letting him know to keep that mouthpiece in. I'm sure it was accidental. Halfway through round number 3 already. It's a very quick start for these two cruiserweights. Two very heavy fighters in comparison, but they're definitely not fighting like two cruiserweights. They're fighting like two middleweights, maybe even some lighter weights than that. Really going for it here. And the feints coming in. Where's that right hand once again? So Mohamed has shown Banpot his best move. He's shown him, I'm trying to crack you with this right hand. Banpot's now got to decide, is he afraid of the power or is he willing to get underneath it? But he's got to do something to avoid that right hand of Mohamed, because otherwise Mohamed's just going to keep teeing off, and as soon as one connects, I don't see how Banpot can stand it. Referee very good there, just constantly giving him a reminder to keep that chin up there as well. You can't put your head too low down. It's just a dangerous thing as well, but you can't just put your head below your opponent's hips. And there we see once again, every time he puts his head down, Mohamed very quickly just wraps him up. I mean, although he's getting told by the referee, Mohamed's doing the right thing there to nullify the action. And now he's just jabbing at his opponent, jabbing through the guard. You can tell both fighters are quite exhausted at this moment in time. Mohamed needs to start flicking that jab out, and even if you're tired, you can feint the jab as well. Clubbing right hand once again there, landed by Mohamed. I mean, Mohamed looks like the better boxer in a situation like this. He looks like he's trying to box, but Banpot looks like he knows how to survive. If this was a longer fight, it would be a real test for someone like Mohamed, because Banpot, all he's doing right now is surviving rather than trying to win. End of round number 3. I mean, you got to give that one again to Mohamed. Here we are with some action replays from that 3rd round. There was a beautifully timed right hand right through the guard. And then you saw Mohamed really doing everything he can to just tee off on his opponent here. Here we see it once again. So great round for Mohamed. He flipped Banpot with some huge right hand. Credit to Banpot. He did not stumble. He did not wobble. He ate well. He just came back firing. Great stuff by both of these boxers.
Punches fly, no time for fear. Feel the pain, yet no one's near. Eyes locked, rage ferocious fire.
You're in the corner of Mohamed. You should be telling him by now. Just keep that jab going. You can win an entire round and fight on the jab alone. I'd like to see Mohamed keep using that jab. Get behind the jab, and if he wants to use that right hand, change the levels, go upstairs with the right. Banpot needs to do something spectacular here, because I can't imagine he's winning on the judges' scorecards at this point. But I've been wrong before. Here we are. Final round. Algeria takes on Thailand. Jab gets through there for Banpot. Banpot now coming alive with some beautiful jabs to the body as well. But this is what Banpot does. He starts off well, and then he starts to tire towards the latter half of the round, and that's usually when Mohamed starts to come alive. But this is the 4th and final round. Remember, this is Mohamed's professional boxing debut, and he's done a great job of it so far. And I'm sure he can look back on this fight and see what he could improve on his there. Great right hand gets in through for Banpot. Banpot once again with that right hand. So Banpot has found his home with it. Swing and a miss there. Big left hand upstairs landed by Mohamed. Both fighters in the clinch. Swing and a miss once more. So you can see both fighters trying to throw fight enders at this point. They want to end this fight as soon as they can. Less than 2 minutes to go of the final round. And, you know, you've got to be very careful when you leave your jab out there. You're not allowed to technically measure like that. You're not allowed to leave your left hand constantly out like that. The referee can actually give you a warning for it. They can consider it. You're not allowed to just be measuring or pushing, because you're not allowed to push in boxing. So if you hold a straight arm out, it can be considered a push there. Great cracking right hand there by Mohamed. But once again, Banpot eats it well. He smiles at his opponent. Another right hand gets through there. Mohamed teeing off with his beautiful right hands, but Banpot keeps smiling in his face. Left and right getting exchange in the center of that ring. Both fighters putting on a great performance for this first fight. Great stuff by both of these gentlemen, but another cracking right hand by Mohamed. And Mohamed has got an absolute heating missile right hand. He keeps finding the target and he's landing it clean. Great right hand once again. I mean, every time he throws this, it's absolutely cracking his opponent, but he's charging him with his head, which is what the referees called him up about. Banpot breathing heavily. But like I said, Banpot survives rather than trying to win at the moment, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. But Banpot needs to do something here spectacular. But I just think Mohamed's going to just glide through this fight now and glide to victory. 25 seconds to go. And again with the right hand. All these right hands getting through clean. And I think the referee even had a moment there where he was looking very closely at Banpot. You can see it right now. He keeps staring at Banpot. 10 seconds to go. Left hook into the right hand. Both fighters swinging for the fences right now. Both trying to give it everything they've got. Swing and a miss, and that is the end of the fourth and final round. Great fight by these two gentlemen. Seeing these action replays, some of these right hands and left hands just clubbing away. Mohamed definitely more active with the two.
Let's have a big hand for these, please, ladies and gentlemen. We go to Mr. Carlos Costa, the super, for the results.
So we're going to go to the final decision in just a moment, but on my unofficial scorecard, you've got to give that one to Mohamed. A great performance for this young man's first professional boxing debut fight against a very tough Thai fighter. But of course, we'll go to the MC in just a moment. Thanks for being here, folks. We've got 11 more fights coming up. 11. That means you can order some food, sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and wait for the next fight coming up, where we will have Poland taking on Thailand.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges scored at 39-37. 39-37. 39-37, winner by unanimous decision. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking his debut from the red corner, Mamani Arka.
This ring we're unifying. Punches land like thunder cracking. Strength and heart, there's no slacking. Feel the roll.
Let's have a big hand.